Sifa doesn't want to talk about this guy.
Stop. Because everybody talks about him.
He's too big.
He got too big on me.
Way too big. We're talking about a guy named Paul McCartney. All right, if you've ever heard of him, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. So I feel like he's known more as, you know, a songwriter and a singer. Mm-hmm. But don't get it twisted. He is a great bass player.
Yeah.
He has some great, super memorable bass lines that, like we were saying, like if you were to take some of these bass lines out of these Beatles songs, it'd be like, what happened to this song?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so many examples. I think Come Together is probably the most noticeable one.
Absolutely.
You know, but there's a lot, though.
Yeah. Even some of his own solo work, you know, you mentioned like if you mention any songs like Band on the Run, like, I mean, there's so many that there's even a light bass, but it's just so melodic. Right. I feel like with Paul, it's more of like a melody kind of thing going on with his bass as opposed to, you know, a hard slap or, you know, a heavy hold of a note. Right. It's like you can also sing along to Paul's bass lines as well.
Well, that's another thing I feel like it has to do with him being a guitar player first. You know what I mean? Because that is something that, like we were saying, that kind of comes up a lot. Because I feel like if you start... And that was another thing that was really important about the precision bass, because it had frets on it. Yeah. So it was really easy if you were a guitar player just be like, oh, well, I'll just play the bass. It's the same thing. Just an octave lower. I know how to play it. You know what I mean? So Paul, having played guitar first, picking up the bass, he might be thinking of it in a more melodic sense than somebody that started just as the bass. Yeah. Just as I'm trying to be, you know, in between the drums and the guitar. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's interesting, and we had to shout him out. Of course. He's very good at what he does. Yeah. Say comes to mind with Michael Jackson. I feel like the bass work on that was really good too. I'm starting to think of like all his non-Beatle achievements. But yeah, that one was good too. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Paul. Paul. You belong with us. I guess. I give